Reddit ask a mechaphile. I am a mechaphile. Ask me anything. I am sexually and romantically attracted to vehicles. Feel free to ask me literally anything. What's the hottest type of car? What makes it hotter than any other? Is it only cars? Or does the attraction extend to trains, planes, boats, construction vehicles, etc.? Personally, Renault Clio or Fiat Punto. I love how curvy they are. They have nice round behinds, haha. For me, it's only cars. But I know a lot of mechaphiles are into the others you mentioned. Have you ever ejaculated inside an exhaust? Unfortunately, I don't have a penis, so no. Damn, how'd you lose it? Sexual accident? S. How does that work? Like, do you have sex relationships with vehicles or something? Yep. So I have a long-term human partner, but I also have sex with our car and feel genuine love for him too. My partner is aware of it and is very understanding, and he doesn't mind at all. I've never felt love for another car before him, but I feel sexually attracted to lots of cars. You're a woman, yes? How do you have sex with a car? Suction cup dildo on the car perhaps? I honestly would love some input OP. This is super interesting. Thank you for being so respectful. I mainly use a strap-on. I have one which feels good for me too. It buzzes LMAO. I didn't mark this ask me anything as NSFW, oh no. Lots of folks are probably gonna ask about the sexual side, so figured I'd ask the opposite. What do the romantic parts of your relationship look like? Do you go out on dates together? We do. We take drives out to pretty locations and I'll just sit and listen to music with him. Sometimes pack some food to take with me and just vibe there for a while with him. I talk to him when I'm driving, when I'm sitting inside him waiting for my human partner to get back from running errands, etc. Sometimes I'll take a nap on the back seats, cuddle up to the softer parts of him, and I've found that, subconsciously even, when I'm in the passenger seat I'll be stroking his inside door handle with my thumb, like we're holding hands. Or, that's so sweet. Honestly, I think people who love without fear are super rad, so I hope both of your relationships stay wonderful. 3. That's so kind. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. 3 responses like yours are helping me feel so positive about myself and my sexuality. : Did the movie Cars do anything for you? I was a part of the fandom for a while when I was younger and came across a lot of people like you. This is the real question. Haha, I can see where that question would come from, but nope. Someone once asked me if I was attracted to those ride-on kiddie cars, and that's a no for the same reason as the movie. They are aimed at children, so it feels wrong. I hope this kinda made sense, lol. Don't take this the wrong way, but I'm interested in the possible connection between sexual attractions like yours and trauma. Have you experienced any trauma in your life? Do you believe trauma can be attributed to this and other extremely rare attractions? No problem at all. I agree that it's very interesting from a psychological standpoint. I have experienced a fair bit of trauma, but funnily enough those actually happened after my attraction for cars came about. I'm personally not sure if mine is attributed to anything. I see it as just the way I'm wired. Are you able to feel reciprocated romantically by vehicles? If so, how? This is an interesting one. I personally like to pretend he feels the same for me, but obviously in reality, I know he's a car, and that he's not sentient, though he does seem to drive better after we've snuggled or done it. What sparked your attraction to cars? Was it something that you had always known? Or was there one triggering type of event that you can pinpoint? Thanks for posting. This is really interesting. Thank you for being so kind and so respectful. I've always known. As soon as I started noticing boys, I started noticing cars in the same way. I grew up with a mother who named her car and talked to it when driving, so perhaps subconsciously this helped me explore it more in my own mind as opposed to repressing it when I did start to have those feelings. Because I knew from a young age that people enjoyed cars almost as friends, if that makes sense. If you spent the night with a Mustang, what would you do to it? Never been too keen on Mustangs in a sexual sense, so probably just take it for a nice long drive and appreciate the opportunity to drive such an awesome machine. Purely platonic, haha. Which is the attractive part to you? The chassis outside appearance or the machine inside the engine etc? Or is the experience as a whole speed and power and all that? Awesome question, mainly the chassis outside appearance. I'm very particular with the kinds of cars I'm into. Strangely I love early 2000s hatchbacks. The kind you'd get as your first car from Facebook Marketplace. LMAO. So I love their curves, the way their behinds are so round, and the way they almost look like they have a face, with the headlights and grills. What is sex like between you and your car? Awesome, and extremely hot. He's the perfect size and shape for me, as I'm quite small. Haha. I can easily reach all of his parts and enjoy them to the fullest. He's warm and comforting and it just feels completely natural to me. It feels the same as sex with my human partner. I have a friend who I think is a mechaphile. He's a gay Russian bodybuilder who spends hours making photo montages of different trucks and associates them with muscle men. He has a boyfriend who has told me about it. I think he even fantasizes about stories and relationships between the trucks. One time we saw a big diesel train go across a bridge and he got really excited. It was cute anyway. I hadn't heard the term mechaphile before and thought of him as soon as I saw your post. Oh, that's actually really sweet. Bless him. Do you know most cars are under 15 years old and I am reporting you to the police? Mine's 18. This gave me a good laugh. Thank you. Do you like motorcycles? I think they're awesome and extremely fun to ride, but I'm not attracted to them. Do you drive, and if you do, how you feel when doing it? I do. I suppose for me, it's the same as any other sexuality in the sense that I have to be in that mood for it to really affect me. So if I'm just heading to work or something, I feel like I'm just traveling with a loved one. I feel safe with him and I'm always instantly in a good mood when driving. If I am in that mood however, it feels amazing to drive, to feel all the little purrs and rumbles of the engine, hear the sounds it makes. What's your favorite plane to get it onto? I'm not personally attracted to planes in that sense, but I do like a good old A320, like the cute fat little hatchback of the plane world LMAO. Do you mind if I ask what you get out of a relationship with a vehicle? As in, can one reciprocate in any key to you? No judgment, just curious. Thank you for not judging. Well, he seems to drive better after a session. But of course that could be a placebo effect on my part in a way. Haha, as for what I get out of it, I just love everything about him, and I feel super safe with him. He feels like home to me. I'm madly in love with him. Haha. Ever seen a Euclid truck? I'm actually not into the fancier cars. Haha. I can appreciate the beauty but it doesn't get my engine revving. What kind of car do you have? What's your car's name? Vinny. Do you like vets? I'm willing to pimp her out. JS. Sorry, I'm not quite sure I follow. Is a vet a type of car? I've never heard of one. If so, oh. I think he means a Corvette. Oh, well, if he wants to pimp her out, semicolon. How did you tell your human partner about your mechaphilia? What were their initial thoughts? What was the first time you realized your feelings weren't normal? I think I always knew that nobody else shared these feelings, but it never really bothered me until I started seeing things such as the documentaries and people's reactions to them. In all honesty, I still feel a lot of shame and embarrassment about my feelings, but I'm gradually coming to terms with who I am and learning to accept myself. How did you find it out? It's very interesting. I would love to be educated. Thank you for being so interested. Honestly, it was just when I started noticing boys in that way, I began looking at cars too, admiring their forms, their behinds especially, then imagining myself in sexual situations with them, and I realized I started thinking of cars more than people when yup. How do parking lots make you feel? Pretty aroused. I like having a little look around whilst I drive in and see if there's anything sexy or just neat there. Does the color of a car influence how attracted you are to it? Only to a certain extent. I'm not too keen on bright green, pink or yellow cars. Favorites are blues and silvers. But that being said, if it's a hatchback with a nice ass, I'll probably be attracted to it regardless of the color. Hahaha. What is the hottest Uber driver you've ever had? I've never been to Uvu Java. What's your take on dirt bikes? I feel like that's something I could get into. Pretty hot, not gonna lie. I love the noises they make, haha. Okay, so would you rather duck a Porsche 911 GTA or a Nissan GTR? I feel the answer is obvious, but I'm asking anyways. Nissan GTR drool. Do you like American models from the late 90s like the Chevrolet Cavalier? Cavaliers are adorable and very sexy, though I'm generally a fan of late 90s European cars, as they were a little rounder and chunkier, haha. Whoa, you made it to the end? You're a ducking beast. I'll cut you a deal. Smash like and subscribe for more curated content, bruh. It's free and that's a great price.